welcome back to another reaction. This time it is gonna be a donation request by Yaya. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And we're reacting to Singularity. This is a song by V from BTS, and I read the comments from my first BTS video. Thank you so much for all the comments. Honestly, I'm unable to keep up, which is a good thing. I'll try my best though. And I learned a bunch of things. For example, most importantly, I learned that very little of BTS songs are relationship or love based, and if they are, it most likely is about the army or about ARMY. The fans, hi ARMY, how you doing? It's still one of my first BTS reactions. I think this is going to be the third one. Not really sure how to count them because this is going to be a solo one. Let's get into it and discover a new song. Big Hit Entertainment.
낯설음 가득한 소리 귀를 막아보지만 잠에 들지 못해 목이 자꾸 아파와 감싸보려 하지마
We are very careful with this one, right? So, and this is a good old soul music. A lot of people commented that I shouldn't confuse K-pop with BTS because BTS is everything but K-pop and so on. Some of you were more extreme, some of you were more subtle. I don't. What I tried to say in my last video was actually that after reacting to a bunch of K-pop songs, I realized that K-pop is not really a genre, but more of a categorization. And I'm sort of understanding that it's only a geographical categorization. A lot of people seem to be mistaken to call Korean music in general K-pop. I heard a bunch of K-pop that was rock, that was soul, that was R&B. Here we have like a soul R&B type of thing going on, and his voice matches that really well. So this is the first V song that I'm reacting to that is not a Christmas themed song, although the last one wasn't actually Christmas themed. It just mentioned Christmas trees. However, it is kept quite minimalistic musically as well. We have the beta Dumm and the we have a strong minimalistic beat here, and visually we are also keeping it quite minimalistic. And I also learned there's a lot of symbolism in every BTS song, so they are on a very high artistic level. I can see that here as well, the dancing with the puppet, where I couldn't really tell if it was his own hand or the puppet's hand, but it was choreographically very well made because they were using that puppet as some sort of dancing. So they were portraying a dancing duo, but he was alone. All right, let's continue. I'm getting a little bit of Weekend vibes here, where you have a lot of reverb on a whispery, breathy voice, so it makes it seem more mysterious, very common in R&B soul. And that's the main theme, it seems, and he carries it out through the song. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's really cool choreography.
꿈속에도 나를 괴롭히는 환상통은 여전해. 나는 날 잃은 걸까? 아니 날 알아둔 걸까?
So sometimes it seems to be a blues guitar and sometimes a synthesizer, but it is very, very minimalistic, very smooth. There's a bass in there as well. So I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, there are 3 instruments and there is one used each time to do the main theme of the song, the main riff. Yeah.
난 밑에 호수로 달려가. 그 속에 내 얼굴 있어. 부탁해 아무 말도 하지마. 입을 막으려 손을 뻗어보지만 결국엔 언젠가 봄이 와. 얼음들은 녹아내려 흘러가. Tell me 내 목소리가 그자라면 날 버리지 말았어야 했는지. Tell me 고통조차 그자라면 그때 내가 뭘 해야 했는지.
Ooh. Oh, sick visuals. It's crying black blood from a white mask. Yo, no, I really like this one. I'm saying that about all of my reactions, so I should say it more specifically. This vibe, putting on a candle and leaning back and just vibing a little wow, 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 wow. That is very effective. That is, in Pokemon, this would be a super effective move against me. But a couple of you mentioned that my frame that I'm using is hiding the lyrics. I'm not doing it on purpose. I'll try to fix that. But apart from that, I try to refrain from, even though you have the lyrics on, I'm trying to refrain to look at the lyrics while I react to a song, while I'm listening through it, because I really want to focus on the musical structure. And I will remember that musical structure while I'm reading through the lyrics, which we're doing now. Lyric time. I guess we're running ads for Percy Jackson, but ignore that. Anyway, a sound of something breaking. I awake from sleep. A sound full of unfamiliarity. Try to cover my ears, but can't go to sleep. Yeah, that's when you have voices in your head. I think it's all the thoughts spinning in your head and wouldn't let you sleep. Pre-chorus. The pain in my throat gets worse. Try to cover it, but I don't have a voice. Today I hear that sound again. What sound? It's ringing again. That sound. A crack again on this frozen lake. I dump myself into the lake. Oh, okay, we just go all in. I buried my voice for you over the winter lake. I was thrown. Old MarCee would have thought that this is a Christmas song as well. No, just kidding. Over the winter lake I was thrown. A thick ice has formed in the dream I shortly went into. My agonizing phantom pain is still the same. So we're not sick, we're not actually in pain, it's a phantom pain. So it has to be of emotional nature. Have I lost myself? Oh, another one of these. Like the last song I listened to from BTS, Black Swan, was about the fear of losing creativity. A lot of you said similar things, like fear of losing creativity or the fear of losing touch from art. Now, this is a solo from V, but it reminds me of that theme because it says, again, have I lost myself? And we're questioning our personality. Or have I gained you? This seems to be a direct bridge from the verse into the pre-chorus, which I think is quite cool. I suddenly run to the lake. There is my face in it. Please don't say anything. Reach my hand out to cover the mouth. But in the end, spring will come someday. The ice will melt and flow away. Alright, I learned that there is hidden symbolism in every BTS song, so here the frozen lake has to stand for something, but how am I supposed to figure out what it is? Let's read the rest of the lyrics first, and then we'll see. Tell me if my voice isn't real. If I shouldn't have thrown myself away. Tell me if even this pain isn't real. What I was supposed to do back then. Okay, so we're questioning decisions that we made in life. So it sounds like he is not satisfied with his decisions, which led up to him being in a certain way that he dislikes, that causes discomfort. And there is a light at the end of the tunnel, because he is mentioning that spring will come someday. So that's good. The ice will melt and flow away. So this is temporary. Whatever he's going through, is temporary. But you have to excuse me, that is not enough context for me to figure out what this song might be about. Now this page, Genius, is quite useful because there is always a about in the Q&A section. So let's see if I can find something. Who produced Singularity? Charlie J. Perry. A British songwriter, composer, producer, mix engineer, singer, and multi-instrumentalist. There seems to be a website called thebtseffect.com, and there are song analyses on there. So let's check that out quickly. Singularity is another way to say singular, as in the state of. There is also the idea of singularity in science. No, I want to know specifically. Here's the conclusion. So, with Singularity, we have the solid opening of an album about some of the harsh realities of love and relationships. Oh, come on, you can't do this to me. Last song I was criticized heavily that I thought this might be about love and relationships, and so I refuse to believe that this is about love and relationship. No, this has to be about his character. You know what? I'm just gonna stick with my interpretation as long as you guys tell me otherwise. So, Army, it's your turn. Tell me, because if you do the same thing as you did with my last BTS reaction, that's really cool, because that way I get a huge understanding about the song and about BTS as well. So that's the best way to teach me. I promise I read all of the comments. I'm actually quite happy whenever my phone has the pop-up that there is a new comment. I read it right away, but usually I'm in a place where I can't answer, and that's just the truth. Whenever I can, I do, of course. So please keep the comments coming. I learn most of what I learn about the band from you guys, because there can't be bigger experts about a group than the fandom. So thank you for the support. Let's leave it at that. And that was Singularity. Again, Yaya, thank you so much for the donation request for this one. This goes into my night-night playlist, because that's the mood. Right before I go to sleep, that's where I can think about myself. That's where I can have deeper thoughts. So there's this little time frame from 20 minutes before I'm going to sleep where this theme is exactly what I'm looking for. So that playlist is where this is going to. My name is MarCee. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.